building a Frankenstein Conference is the best solution for the best of the G5 schools. Maybe the best answer to their issues is to build a monster. Welcome to episode 289 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our ever-growing channel. Smash that like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. Sean Keeler, the great writer from the Denver Post, does it again, releases an article. Colorado State Rams best conference realignment option? Follow. Gasp. San Diego State's lead. Build the biggest monster you can. Oh, this is a great article. We're going to go through the whole thing. We'll provide a link in the description. And please put down your comments and thoughts on this incredible Sean Keeler article in the Denver Post. The Pac-12, the Big 12, the Big 10 turned college sports into one long horror movie. The state says the Rams are hemorrhaging money if Colorado State doesn't build its own football Frankenstein. It'll get eaten alive. The Denver Post, again, Sean Keeler, only Frankenstein's monster can save Colorado State now. One leg shuffling painfully is Oregon State. The other, same shuffle, same pain, is Washington State. The torso of the beast compromises the best football brands from the Mountain West. The left arm is Memphis. The right is UT San Antonio. The head is Tulane, a green wave with metal bolts attached to either side of its neck. This is fantastic writing. Is it an abomination? Absolutely. But the Atlantic Coast Conference is now talking with a straight face about adding two teams, Stanford and California, from Northern California. Oregon's volleyball team will soon be flying to Maryland for a conference match. Sense went out the window 2 goal limbs ago. I'm just dumbfounded at how quickly this all moved and transpired. Craig Thompson, the former longtime commissioner of the Mountain West, told me as our convo turned to realignment. It's like, oh man, we better do something. I don't know if we're going to rue this day. The painful truth, the boat the Rams needed to be on sailed ages ago. When the Big 12 snapped up Cincinnati, UCF, Houston, and BYU, the Pac-12 is down to 4 programs, and 2 of them, the Cardinal and the Bears, want nothing to do with anything that doesn't involve the Big 10, the ACC, or Notre Dame. It's mighty tough to snatch a lifeline from the Power 5 when there's only a Power 4 left in the water. Now in 5 years, when the television contract meteor storm that turned college sports into its current burning hellscape comes around again, maybe the Big 10 raise the ACC or the Big 12. And maybe the trickle-down effect then opens up a slot for Colorado State to parlay its newfound football status, no pressure, Jay Novell, on the national scene into a spot into one of those aforementioned and picked over somewhat bigger conferences. But in the meantime, in the short term, the Rammies and their Mountain West peers are going to have to make their own boat and, frankly, their own monster. These are certifiable, insane, bonkers, absolute bakaka times. If you need any more proof of that, it physically hurts to type this. It's because, Lord help us, San Diego State might actually be on to something. Holy smokes. CBS Sports' Dennis Dodd reported Tuesday that at least one Super Western merger plan already hit the skids, a gambit driven by the Aztecs over the last few days. In it, San Diego State reportedly pitched an idea patching together the cream of the Mountain West with the cream of the AAC, plus the Beavers and the Cougars to try and fill the Pac-12's Power 5 vacuum. Dodd reports that the Mountain West presidents declined to get on board. Aztec Athletic Director J.D. Wicker denied any involvement. Why does Power 5 or Autonomous 5 designation matter? because they get the first and the biggest cuts of the college football playoff pie at roughly $80 million. That's going way up. That is going way up in 2024, 2025. That $80 million number, $79 to $75 million, this was the old contract, and this is the last year of the old contract. Back to the article. And because just about any athletic body that adds former members of the Pac-12 will be worth more to the television broadcasters or Apple or Amazon than the reported $4 million per year that the Mountain West members, including Colorado State, reportedly get from CBS and Fox. According to the Office of State Auditor, the Rammies, Colorado State, could use a little extra capital. Okay, a lot of extra capital. On Monday, the Auditor's Office released its triennial study on financial data for the state's 11 NCAA public schools, and it is a doozy. The takeaway? The expenses are far outpacing revenue among the Colorado's public universities. Only 2 sports at the Division I or Division II level produce enough self-reporting revenue for the 2022 fiscal year to land in the black. Colorado Buffs football, Colorado Buffs men's basketball. That is it. Colorado State's numbers were especially bleak. Per the auditor's report, the Rams spent more in 2022 fiscal year on football, $30.9 million, than Colorado, $25.5 million, with only $19.2 million in self-supporting revenue. Ticket sales, media rights, merchandise, etc. coming back for a deficit. Colorado State Rammies deficit of $11.7 million. The report posted Colorado Buffalo's surplus of $22.9 million. And this was for a 12-month period, July 21st, June 22, before Deion Sanders rolled into town. The contrast between 2013 and 2022 in the beautiful Fort Collins were even more stark. With the report noting healthy revenue increases of contributions, 123%, royalties, 148%, and ticket sales, 59%, while the Rams coaching salaries jumped 38%. Support staff salaries jumped 47%, and direct overhead jumped by a whopping 13,052%. We'll give you 3 guesses as to the specific item of overhead that the last number is referring to. Your first 2 don't count. Hint, it rhymes with Landfest Radium. It's the stadium. It's the new Colorado State football stadium that's causing the increase in expenses. The bottom line, the Rams' credit cards are already maxed out, and all the bake sales and GoFundMes in the world won't fix it. More college football playoffs and TV bucks might. Per the auditor, Colorado State collected $3.2 million for the 22 fiscal in the media rights revenues. Colorado took home $18.4 million. Thompson, who basically represented the non-Power 5 leagues in negotiations on an expanded 12-team college football playoffs, fears his lobbying will come for naught if the Pac-12 completely disintegrates. The plan for the 2024 was to produce a bracket of 12 teams composed of the 6 highest-ranked conference champs, regardless of conference, and 6 at-large teams, at-large berths. If that does happen, if those 4 remaining Pac-12 members go to the ACC, then my 2-year work with Greg Sankey and Bob Bowlesby and Notre Dame's Jack Swarbrick is thrown out the window, Thompson said, because it'll be 5 conference champions and 7 at-large bids. Now, I still think, I hope, I cross my fingers. Again, when I was in those meetings, I felt I was representing 65 schools, not just the 12 in the Mountain West. It was tough, and I have all the respect in the world for Jack and Bob and Greg, and I thought it was a good plan when it came out. I don't know if it will still stand the test of time. The per Mountain West bylaws, 9 of the 12 schools, a supermajority, are necessary to approve a formal dissolution of the league. Multiple sources confirm that any change in Mountain West membership could trigger a window to renegotiate the league's current broadcast deals, which expire in 2026. And finally, if the Aztecs figure they can't afford to wait this out, neither can the Colorado State Rams. A Mountain West plus, a pack something at this point, would be better than nothing at all. Once you let the beast out of the box, it ain't going back in. What an article. Beautiful writing by Sean Keeler, the Denver Post. Was San Diego State crazy for trying to create a monster, trying to take the cream of the Mountain West and the AAC and the remaining Pac-4 schools and create a monster conference, something better than exists now in the Mountain West? I thought they were crazy. Many of you thought in the PATC community San Diego State was crazy, but Sean Keeler has a different take on it. He says Colorado State should do the same. Mount up with San Diego State probably and try to create a Frankenstein conference. You read the Colorado State's Rams financial problems, and that is throughout the G5 schools. Can Colorado State and the G5 schools continue with the Mountain West contract to 2026? Or should they create a Frankenstein, a head of a Tulane, a left arm of a Memphis? You get the idea. Put down your comments and thoughts in the comment section below the video. Should Colorado State, San Diego State, should they dissolve the conference, take 9 Mountain West schools, about 4 or 5 of those AAC schools, take a Oregon State and Washington State and create a Frankenstein? That might be the best answer. They might have to go to cloak and dagger. But can they pull it off? Could they possibly do it? We shall see. Stick with us here at Peek Around the Corner as we follow everything in college football. We're getting so close to the college football season. Buckle up, brace for impact. Until next time. From all of us at PATC, to all of you, please you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.